Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be going over some very important tips that you should be considering when you are buying your first house. So I work in real estate and I'm also a recent first-time home buyer myself. This is the house that my sister and I bought. So, these are just some tips that I kind of learned throughout the process that I wanted to share with you guys. So the first thing that you really want to nail down is your budget. How much house can you afford? What you want to do is before the whole house hunting process even starts, you want to go and find a local mortgage broker, someone that can help you figure out how much house you can actually afford. What they're going to do is they're going to go through your income, your financials, your cash reserves, all that stuff, and they're going to get you a pre-approval letter with a certain amount of money that they are able to lend you. This is really going to factor into your actual house hunting because if you can't borrow, say like $1 million, you're only qualified for about like $500,000, then obviously you can't go hunting for those really expensive homes. You have to stay within your price range. Now, this pre-approval letter is really important because it's going to make your offers that you submit on homes that you like, it's going to make those offers a lot stronger. These days, you pretty much have to have a pre-approval letter. Otherwise, the seller is not going to take you seriously. The biggest risk for a seller is to actually try and sell their home to someone that actually can't afford it. So if that happens, they are taking their home off the market, wasting a lot of time, and in the end, they have to put it back on the market and it doesn't look too good for their listing. That's why having a strong pre-approval letter that you get from a local mortgage broker is going to be super important when it comes to submitting those offers. Also, keep in mind that you're going to need money to furnish the place, to fix things that might break unexpectedly. There are tons of expenses related to home ownership that many people don't think about. Personally, our water heater just stopped working all of a sudden. So we had to go out and pay for someone to install a brand new water heater. And that was about $950. So yeah, make sure you have some money saved up beyond that actual purchase price of the home, because there are also going to be closing costs and loan costs. And that's going to add up to a good chunk of money. Number two is to make sure that your credit score is in the 700s at least. Now, most people buy their homes with their significant other. So one important thing to note is that the lenders only look at the credit score of the person with the lower credit score. So let's say that you have a credit score of 700, but your significant other has a credit score of 600. They're going to actually only look at that 600 credit score when determining your interest rate. The higher your score, the lower of an interest rate that they are going to be able to offer you. For most lenders, as long as you have above a 740, you're going to get the best rate possible. If you get down between 720 and 740, then your rate's going to generally be about 0.125% higher. As your credit score gets lower and lower, that means that your interest rate is going to get higher and higher, and that's going to add a lot of interest payments to your overall loan for the next 30 years. It can add between thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on your loan size. And that's why it's so important to get your credit score sorted out before you start buying a home. Number three is that you want to take your time finding the house. So most people that buy their first house will live there generally between 3 and 8 years. That's definitely a long time, so that's why it's important to choose wisely. But you also need to consider that it's probably not going to be your forever home. So don't get too strung up on the details. One of the most important things that you need to consider when choosing a house is the potential resale value in the future. So look at that neighborhood. Do you think that neighborhood's doing well, if it's going to go up or not? And how easy is it going to be to sell this house later on? The more cookie cutter, HGTV-ish the house is, the easier it's going to be able to sell later on. And that's just because more people like this type of style. So you're going to have a bigger pool of potential buyers later on. The more customized the house, the harder it is to sell in the future. You want to make sure that it's a good deal. So have your realtor run some comps on the similar properties in that neighborhood to see if that price that you're going to offer is a good one. You definitely don't want to be overpaying for properties because, you're spending more money, and who wants that? Look at the features, the amenities, the backyard. Just make sure that it's a house that you're going to be happy calling home. And if there are some needed renovations, then make sure you budget for those as well. Some people love a home that requires some work because it allows them to customize it a little bit. But, of course, it takes a lot of work to do those renovations. And some people just prefer a very turnkey house. Number 4 is to work with a good buyer's agent. Now, the buyer's agent is paid for by the seller, so it really is in your favor to have someone that's negotiating for you, who can help you fill out those forms, negotiate for a better price for repairs. It's just a very complicated process that most people don't have too much knowledge about. They're also a really great resource. They know a ton of mortgage brokers, inspectors, and people that can make your house purchase go smoothly. So always ask them if they have any recommendations on people to use, because your real estate agent is going to have a lot of connections. Number 5 is to actually research the home buying process by yourself. The more that you know about the home buying process, the more comfortable you're going to be, and the more likely the whole process is going to go smoothly. There are so many free resources out there, from YouTube to forums, where you can learn a ton of information about the whole process, all for free. Comment below or DM me if you want some really valuable resources, and I can send you those. Buying a house is a really exciting time, but you also need to be aware of the possible things that could go wrong. So the more people that you have helping you, mentoring you, and these are the professionals that you should hire to guide you along this home buying process, the smoother it's going to go and the better of a deal you're going to get. It is way too much to handle all this by yourself unless you have previous experience, which I assume most first-time home buyers don't have. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from these 5 tips. These are things that my sister and I went through as we were buying this property. So I hope that they can help you out in buying your own first property as well. Thanks you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like button if you like this video. And then also, if you want to subscribe to my channel, I make a lot of videos about real estate, about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and investing. I'll see you guys next time.